So for question one, I would say part of the play I found like memorable or interesting even would be the fact that people were so desperate for laughter and entertainment and even money that they one turned The Simpsons into an actual theatrical play, a theatrical production, and two that they were actually buying lines from people. So they were basically buying people's memories for forgotten lines from the certain uh, episodes from The Simpsons they were reenacting. For two, I'd say one prominent theme would be memory and the fact that it's unreliable because in Act Two you see that the survivors are arguing over who said what and which way that a certain punchline um, was said in the Cape Fear episode. I'd say another theme would be survival and that people would do anything they have to survive. An example of that would be um, the groups the other groups, as long as the original survivors, producing and performing the Cape Fear Simpsons episode as a play. A third would be Lost in Nostalgia, and in Act One, how all of the original survivors they've kept journals and of loved ones and people they met along the way. They wrote down their names and everything. For question three, I'd say that this type of play is a tragedy, and the three characteristics of that I noticed were that there's a lot of loss in the play, specifically Bart, and there's a point in the play he even says, "Now that I lost everything." But the ironic part about that is that the people Bart's part, go through the same exact thing he does. They lose their families, friends to a nuclear disaster, and that's the second characteristic would be disaster. In that, um, the play that they're performing was their town was struck by a nuclear disaster. The world was, but that's also what happened in the real world of the play. Third characteristic I would say would be remembrance and how the chorus is composed of the names of the loved ones that were killed and lost. Act Three's play relates to Acts One and Two. One example would be in Act One, the retelling of the Simpsons episodes and how they turned those stories into a play. Second would be that the chorus recounts people killed in the earlier acts. And three, the musical in Act Three includes dialogues from people in the original survivors around the campfire in Act One. The play within a play is significant because it shows the impact that something so trivial as a Simpsons episode can have such a huge impact on a post-apocalyptic world. Question four, I'd say uh, today's pop culture stories that could survive would be probably Friends or something funny like Parks and Rec, anything comedy that shows you how things used to be before apocalypse, how the good times. One question I would ask would be, what would you have done to remember your loved ones? And two, what other ways besides using Simpsons episodes would you have used for survival and entertainment?